Hey there. As most of you know, I previously did a video about King Field. King Field is a place that is very close to my heart. As most of you know from the old video, I think that King Field holds a lot of value on Malone's campus, and I think it brings a ton of different aspects when it comes to how the culture in this place has evolved and continues to grow. With that being said, for my final project, I wanted to expand on this idea. I interviewed somebody previously who was on the soccer team, and I felt like that was only a small opinion in a much larger pool of people who use King Field. So for this project, I decided to expand this and interview a couple different people from different sports teams and even a coach. With that being said, I think all the different opinions and all the different things that are said in this video go to show you how important King Field is and the overall impact it has on the students and even the coaches and the staff that are allowed to use and work on King Field. So let's take a deeper dive into some of the people that I interviewed. Introduce yourself.
I'm Emma Wentz. I'm a sophomore. I'm an accounting, finance, and business administration major, and I play women's lacrosse.
Can you tell me a little bit about your experience on King Field?
King Field was a major selling point for me when I took my visit. It's such a nice field, lacrosse. I love playing lacrosse out there, practices, games, whatever. Beautiful sunsets. Me and my team have so many good memories out there.
Can you tell me what King Field means to you?
It's a pretty sentimental place for me. I've spent a lot of hours out there with my team, had some good quality time with them, scored a lot of goals, scored the first goal for women's lacrosse program on that field.
Can you talk to me a little bit about King Field and how it compares to other fields that you've played on and seen?
I would say King Field's definitely the nicest out of all of the schools I've visited. By far, I think, as I said, it was a major selling point for me, but I just think the rest of the schools don't really compare to like the ambience and the vibe that we have at King.
Can you tell me your favorite memory on King Field?
My favorite memory is definitely meeting one of my teammates and roommate, Georgia. She's just been my best friend ever since we met out there, and I don't know, it's just such a great memory for me.
King Field is not only home for myself, but it's also home for a ton of different other sports. We just heard from somebody from women's lacrosse. Let's take a deeper dive into somebody in the women's soccer team.
Hi, I'm Sydney Farinacci. I'm a sophomore here at Malone. I'm 19. My major is athletic training, and I play soccer here, and I'm a midfielder.
So can you tell me how King Field has impacted your life?
Yeah, so definitely King Field for me here is just like obviously my favorite place on campus. I get to see my best friends there every day. I've made bonds that like I can't imagine my life without. Soccer is just a great place to play soccer. Like we have an amazing field, and yeah, it's really just been a safe place for me. Somewhere if I have things going on outside with school, with whatever, like I can just go there and it all just goes away. And it's just like really beautiful, and I just play the sport I love there. So yeah, I love it.
So how would you describe the atmosphere on King Field?
I would definitely describe it as high energy, especially during games, whether that be like night games, games like at like 6, whatever, but like the crowd, I mean, it's a little farther away up the hill, but like it's really cool to just look up and see the crowd and, you know, your team on the bench just going crazy. I think our teams here have a really good high energy type of atmosphere, and so it makes King Field like that. And just like the sunsets at your morning practices, like they're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And just under the lights, like kind of like raining, like it just feels like you're almost in a movie. And yeah, so the atmosphere at King Field is just, it's awesome no matter what time of day it is.
Can you tell me a prominent memory that you have on King Field?
So my favorite memory on King Field is probably, it was our last spring game of this year actually. I scored my first goal at King Field, and this year I've had like on and off injuries that just made me redshirt this season, so that just was a big deal to me. And just scoring and then, you know, running around and all my teammates coming around me, giving me hugs, high fives, and just being happy for me, that was definitely one of the biggest memories I've had at King Field. And yeah, it'll always just, when I see it, remind me of that, and just all the love and just like getting through those injuries and just scoring. It was a really great feeling.
Can you introduce who you are and what you do here at Malone?
Yeah, I'm Bill Lawrence. I'm the head men's soccer coach here at Malone University. I've been here for 3 seasons, but not even been here longer than 3 years. So I'm almost at 2.5 right now. So enjoying the process. It's been an intense situation and trying to make sure that we grow forward every year. So that's been hard, but I have a soccer background. I've worked and coached on 3 different continents. I've also went to the University of Connecticut and captained that team when I was a senior. And so I've been in the soccer world my entire life. Even when I lived overseas, I took opportunities to get involved with clubs and other things to make sure that I could do soccer cross-culturally, I guess you would say. And so right now, as the head soccer coach, I'm just thrilled with the opportunity I have to help Christian University try to make its way to being truly competitive in the Division II division of college soccer.
Can you tell me a little bit about King Field and what the construction has meant to you?
Well, to be honest, I was here a long time ago. The last team actually that qualified for the national tournament, I actually did that on a grass field that is down actually below where King Field is right now. And every time we would have rain or a storm or whatever, they would turn into a mud pit, and it was probably the bumpiest thing you've ever seen. So King Field means consistency. King Field means that like in any given day we can actually train on the field, rain, snow, whatever. It's actually a blessing because it gives us the opportunity not to be inhibited by weather, but be able to train on any given day and any time of the day.
Can you talk to me about the culture that King Field provides from a coaching standpoint?
From my point of view, because we share the field and we work hard to make sure that like the off-season teams still get decent times to be on the field, it gives us a chance actually to show that we're a family. That even though we play in different sports and we have different our seasons and things like that, that we're going to share and we're going to make every effort to make sure that everybody gets a good experience. And the sense of family, sometimes when you're out there, like we're on one side, the girls are on the other, we're all working for the same thing as far as, trying to represent the school well, represent ourselves well. But just being able to share the field, making sure that we're working through that together, I think as well as a part of our culture. We want to be people who are givers and sharers of a great gift that we've been given in the field. I think for us, as far as a culture, when we have kids come in as a part of, or like on a recruiting visit, so many of them are drawn to the field. I mean, I've had people say, can you take a picture of the field so I can see what it looks like? And it does look, it's a beautiful pitch. I actually bring in my academy team to play on this pitch, their home games. And we've had guys get scouted from Columbus and from Cincinnati and other places because they have a great view of the field and can easily see how the game evolves. And so that for our culture also shows us and gives us that opportunity to improve and look at ways that we can serve the community as well as ourselves through the field.